Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Joy Sounds, music you need to know, where we present the brightest independent artists. I'm your host, Chris Sampson, and it is so good to see all of you. Hey, in the chat, shouting you guys out. Dallas, Houston. It looks like we got a strong representation from Texas. So great to see everybody tonight. Hey, before I introduce to you our special guest, I want to give a shout out to our co-presenter, Music Connection. Through its daily website, weekly newsletter, and monthly print magazine, Music Connection caters to artists, musicians, industry pros, and support services. Known for years as the musician's Bible, Music Connection bridges the gap between the street and the elite, whether offering tips on raw survival or exclusive contact lists of industry pros like managers and label representatives. Music Connection is an acclaimed, proven resource for the professional and semi-pro musician. So please check it out at musicconnection.com. Hey, and I did not mean to leave out the LA family as well. We got Texas, we got LA, we got USC shout-outs. Oh my goodness, they're coming from all corners. This is fantastic. Well, with that, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our very, very special guest today, Music Carolyn. Music Carolyn is one of the brightest lights, most positive energy sources that I have been around and had the pleasure to meet. She's got some brand new music that she's going to share with you, and I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. So with that, please welcome to the Joy Sound Studio, Music Carolyn performing Water.
Hey, everybody. Ooh, wow, wow, ooh, wow, ooh, wow, wow, ooh, wow. High tea at twilight, lake walks at sunrise, holy at high noon.
Ladies and gentlemen, all across the country, let us give a warm round of applause for Music Carolyn. Welcome to Joy Sounds. Welcome back to Joy Sounds, Carolyn.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you got so many fans in the chat right now telling you how much they love that melody.
Awesome.
Shouting out Keith and Candace.
Hey, hey.
Just sending it sounds great. It's beautiful. You've got some fans out there.
I'm so happy to hear.
Yeah. So this is a brand new song for you.
Brand new music, brand new sound. Just almost a fresh wind, right?
Oh.
Like a lot of us are experiencing, right?
Boy, that's
the
for sure.
outside is opened up, and I think my music has done that as well during this time. So I'm really excited to share all new music.
And it's always, your music is always leaned into and evoked nature.
Yes.
And I have to say, after being indoors literally for a year, to hear that just beautiful, it was literally washing over me. It had that effect. So thank you. I'm in your debt. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Yeah. So is this new music going to be put together into a record or an EP?
Yes.
What do you got planned?
Yes, I'm going to have an EP by the end of the year. It is going to be all about this refreshing beach, garden, lush greenery that has kept me alive really during the pandemic. I have made sure that I visit gardens or catch sunsets or, like you heard during the lyric, lake walks at sunrise. I've been doing all of those things, and it has just helped me get through, and it's also just refreshed me. So it's just pouring out.
Yeah, these aren't lyrics to you. This is your.
It's a lifestyle.
This is your life blueprint, isn't it?
It is. It really is. If you listen to it, that's my ideal day. Water is my ideal day. Hot tea at twilight.
This is it. Okay.
Lake walks at sunrise.
All right. So if you want to know what Carolyn does with her day, Music Carolyn is out taking in some nature when she can. So this is great. And in particular, what are the spaces that inspire you, that keep you grounded? What are the specific locations so that I can get some of this?
Okay. I am a member at LA Arboretum.
Oh, that place is beautiful.
It is beautiful. I don't know what else to say. There's so many little nooks and crannies and little paths that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
And I usually can go there because I'm a member. I get in really early. And I can just sit and meditate or do nothing, right? I don't have to think about how I'm going to meditate either.
Yeah, right.
So LA Arboretum is probably...
And for those of you not from LA, also that place is filled with peacocks all over the place.
Yes.
So you got to sidestep them because they can occupy a lot of space.
Yeah, and I've fallen in love with South Coast Botanic Garden.
Oh, yeah?
I hadn't been there before the pandemic, but they have some really cool things happening there. So I frequent there. I love Point Doom, which is, we're going to get to it, but that's where I filmed the Beach of My Own music video.
Nice.
So Malibu, Malibu sunsets.
There you go.
Are the business.
Yes.
Sunrises, I will take them anywhere. If I can get them, I will take them off of my balcony. If I can get them, I'll take them, wherever.
I love you. Actually, you're such a. I really take you as a role model in this regard because you are making notice of the things that so many of us take for granted and that we miss out on, myself included. And when I hear somebody like you not only take them in on a daily basis, but then transform them into song, you're really doing us a service to kind of remind us of the beauty of nature and what it brings and the importance of that. There's no question in that. I just want to thank you for it because it's really important, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody's shouting out Point Doom.
Yes.
That's where you shot the video, huh? Mm-hmm. No, very nice. And the last time I got a chance to talk to you, I also know that Hawaii has got a special place in your heart. So this is obviously right in line with your values.
Yes.
Your lifestyle, all of those types of things. So Hawaii is probably like the premier experience to check all those boxes, right?
I used to go every year. I miss it. I'm going in June. The flights are booked. It's on and popping for those who don't understand.
Yeah. Fantastic. That's great. And one of your fans said the natural serenity shows up in your voice too.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't that sweet? Isn't that nice? But that's also the truth. We can actually see sort of the organic nature and how nature works its way into your artistry. as well. So that's a really beautiful
That's sweet.
compliment. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's fantastic. So the next one that you want to introduce your band?
Yes.
I'm sorry that I overlooked that.
Yes.
We shouldn't do that. We gotta give them their props. Who's in your
Right.
band?
Keith Williams Jr. on drums.
Hey, Keith.
And sequencing and doing all of those lovely
Yeah,
things.
since we don't have an audience in the studio, let's give Keith a round of applause.
We'll be our own audience. Candace Williams, who
Hey.
just happens to be Keith Williams Jr.'s wife.
All right.
And this is Jared Alua, who produced all this wonderful new music.
All right, Jared.
And is also on synths and keys.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, it's so great to have everybody here, and so it looks like you've also got this team now that's building up the tracks and producing and
Yes.
playing. This is since the last I talked to you, a really nice step forward. You've had your music seems to be evolving and getting this focus, right?
It is. It is. I love Hubie. So shout out to Hubie, who did the last Joy Sounds interview with me.
Yes.
He's my guitar player, but he's, happens to play for all of these really big name people. Who knew?
Like Music Carolyn.
Like Music Carolyn. That's right. So it really has been a team effort. I mean, I've known the Williams for, we're not going to age ourselves, a very long time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We just trust you.
I'll just say I knew them before they had children, and they have 3.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
That's good, right? Yeah. So
And they got
it
3,
really
but they're
has.
all under like 1.5, so it's all good, right?
Yeah, triplets, right. And Jared
Yeah.
has just been a bright light, in the business side of things, as well as with this creativity. It's been a great coming together.
That's a big deal. That's a
Yeah.
big deal to have people on your team
Yep.
and on your side like that. And you have released a single from the upcoming EP, Beach of My Own. So this is thematically right in line with what we're talking about. I can
is.
just tell from the title. And you said you got the video out for it. So it's everywhere. People can go check out Beach of My Own,
People
right?
can go and check out Beach of My Own. So today I released it. You can find it everywhere. Go on
Wait,
YouTube.
did it get released today?
It released today.
Congratulations!
I
Yay.
figured if you guys, I love that you guys are here, but for those who didn't catch the live stream, if they still wanted to experience it, I wanted a Beach of My Own to be out. And it is
So
out.
we're having a release party today.
This is a release party.
Oh, okay. Now it's starting to come together.
Yes.
All right. So everybody in the chat, shout it out for Beach of My Own release party. So would you guys mind playing it for us?
Yes.
All right. This is Beach of My Own by Music Carolyn here on Joy Sounds.
After the storm, I was washed ashore. The sun rose again, and all was calm. 'Cause I'm at peace. I'm at peace on a beach of my own. My sanctuary. This is where I belong. Yeah, this is where I belong. Blue skies surround, sea breezes, hot sand, the work of his hands, and all is well. 'Cause I'm at peace. I'm at peace. To everything there is a season. For me, it's time to blow. Yeah, to face the sun with dancing. Yeah, right where I've been planted. And I have no regrets, no, and I don't second guess, no. get my cleansing. My sanctuary. Yeah, a beach of my own.
How about that for a release? How about that? And oh, we got fans saying that they are at peace listening to this.
Yes,
We-
that's the point.
Right? Isn't that it? And we feel that. That is so fantastic. So, it's seeing that you've got so many fans out there, I actually want to point out something that the most direct way that we can help independent artists do what they do is to donate directly. Did you know that about $10 equals about 2,500 streams? Which is, that's kind of interesting, right?
Yes.
So the best way to help out is if you look, you can notice that there is a donate button or a donate panel right below in the about section on Twitch here. And if you donate anything, 100% of it goes right to Music Carolyn. So she can do what she does best and what she loves. If you can't find that panel, then the link is streamlabs.com/joysoundsmusic. That's streamlabs.com/joysoundsmusic. And, you know, that's one way we can make sure that Music Carolyn feels our support directly. So
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I know that you're too humble to make that plug, but I'm going to do it for you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, y'all know how I do. I receive money. I don't ask for it.
There you go. I love that. I absolutely love that. And because I can tell that your fans are very, very loyal and they're here in full force, if you have any questions for Music Carolyn, let me know in the chat. I'll pass them along so that we can have a conversation back and forth here.
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah. So, okay, Beach of Your Own. Again, you seem to draw from such specific locations. Was this any different of a location than water, or is it kind of just drawn from all over experiences?
I would say all over.
Okay.
Like I said, used to go to Hawaii every year, and so that whatever beach I find myself
The
on,
beach, yes.
right. But this is also a beach of my own. Is also kind of a declaration that I don't need anyone else to find happiness or peace or serenity. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a connection to going to the beach and being in solitude and enjoying myself, but it's also about loving myself and having time to just enjoy myself and nature and being who I am without needing someone else. So these are love songs that I'm singing to myself.
Oh, I love this.
These are love songs that I'm singing to my future self.
Fantastic. I also want to give a thank you to the donation that just came in. Thank you so much. And like I said, 100% is going to Music Carolyn. So this is, it's metaphorically also a beach of your own, right?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
And I love that self-love, that self, care, self-esteem. This is your place and you're going to claim it, right?
Yes, I am. And I love people, but I also very much love solitude sometimes.
Oh yeah, of course. No. You know what? And that's an artist thing. I think a lot of artists need to refuel.
Yes.
And have those moments of solitude. They're very important. So that's really great that you claim that. And the donations are coming in. Thank you guys so much.
You.
I so appreciate that. We did get a question in the chat, and I love this question. When did you know that singing was your blessing?
Okay, so I always say from the womb. My mother is a choir director. She used to force me to sing. I actually didn't like to sing. For all of my Houston crew, most of them will say, we didn't even know.
Is that right?
For the most part, because I kind of hid My younger sister, Melissa, actually is an amazing singer. And so she was never one to hide her voice. So I would just be like, y'all should ask Melissa to sing. Yeah, I always knew though. And I think it took me graduating high school, going to college, going away to miss it so much, right? When your mother's an amazing musician and she plays her grand piano every Saturday morning, you don't miss it because it's always there. But once I went to college and it wasn't there, I was like, I got to do something.
Yes, yeah, I get it. And we were actually talking about that you grew up in Houston with this concentration of crazy talent.
Yes.
You did that. Was that something that you sort of, maybe you just kind of observed, and kind of, learned from, or at least kind of let them work their space out? Because the talent out of Houston is crazy.
I won't name names.
Don't name
leave
names.
That there.
Right.
But I will say that, when you realize that you're not the only one with a dream, there's two sides of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The one side is, I have to compete with this person, or I have to watch this person work out their artistry or what they want to do and who they want to be as an artist from a very young age. But the other side of it is, thank God you weren't alone. Because you see the possibilities.
Right.
You see what can happen. And so ultimately, I'm grateful for that experience, to see so many people either living in my neighborhood or who I went to school with, are really pillars in this music industry at this point. And it's allowed me to be a pillar in the music industry and have a really great career on the business side of things and creatively. And we were just always taught that we could do both. So I just thank God that we were able to.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's inspiring and challenging all at the same time to have that critical mass of talent around. It works both sides of that. But you're getting some shout outs from Johnston Middle School.
Yes!
So I assume
Mr. Green, shout out Mr. Green. I just want to say Craig Green probably taught thousands of young kids to read music, to play instruments. And we came in crash course, like 6th grade. And then within 3 months, you were playing an instrument and reading music. And he was just amazing at it.
What a difference maker.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So Craig Green, shout out.
Yeah, and people are backing you up, saying that Mr. Green was the truth. And
and Mr. Nader too, if you were there when Mr. Nader was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great to hear about those teachers that transform your life. But when you got to college, if I remember right from our previous previous conversations, you went to Chicago, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to Valparaiso University, which is in Northwest Indiana.
That's right.
About 45 minutes from Chicago. And my final semester there was study abroad. In Chicago.
That's it. That's right.
45 minutes away. Yeah.
You studied all the way to Chicago.
I packed up. I said, it's time.
Once again, I don't want any donation to go by without me thanking. Thank you guys very, very much. Your support means the world to us. I so appreciate that. But Chicago was a big deal for you. That was that was
the start of my creative career.
Yeah.
I think I always had this music business interest. But when I went to Chicago, I joined a band and I started performing live and writing my own songs and collaborating with a lot of people.
Yep.
And really being immersed. The study abroad program I was in was called Chicago Arts Program. And so it was literally our job to go critique other people's art. One of the greatest things I did was I saw John Steffens, also known as John Legends, one of his first showcases.
Yes.
In Chicago. And it was amazing. It was just him and the keys.
Yeah.
I forget the venue. I hate that. But it was dope.
No, but to put yourself into that supercharged creative atmosphere where these artists come through, that's when you start to you just soak it in like a sponge, right? Yeah. No, that's a big deal. Yeah. I got another question that came through on the chat. What have you spent time reflecting on most during the pandemic?
Oh, you said most.
Most.
Can I plead the fifth? Okay. Great. Thanks.
We're taking a pass on that question.
You know what? I will say I've reflected mostly on what I can do to make an impact so that anything that I go through doesn't become the story, but the story becomes what can other people do to come into their own, to create a beach of their own, to get over or get past any circumstances or other things that may be a hindrance to what you really see yourself doing.
Mm.
And so my biggest lesson for myself has been you can do and be exactly what you've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can really get in the way of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing. And then once you kind of have the freedom of being like literally nothing can stop this, right? And this is biblical, but it's also spiritual. Like once you get to a place where you're like, nothing can stop me from being who I'm supposed to be. Oh, great. I might as well just try to do the things that I always said I would do. So these things that are happening now in my head, they were supposed to happen 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
I see. Okay.
But they are happening now, and they're happening in mass, almost like ketchup. You know what I mean? Almost like God is like, oh yeah, promise that, promise that, promise that. Here you go.
Yeah, but is there really a too late? You can do this anytime, right?
Yeah.
It's the right time is now.
Yes.
And that's fantastic. But it also seems like in your answer, which by the way, your chat is telling you that this was a great answer. It also sounds like you had a how can you be of service component, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because once you reflect on that, it seems like you want to give it back in a way that lifts people up. Did I hear that right?
Yes. At the end of last year, I had I was kind of told, write down everyone you've impacted this year. And I'm going and I'm going and I'm over 100 people, and these are people I personally blessed in some kind of way, whether it was mentorship.
Did I make the list?
Or Chris, you're gonna make 2021.
All right, okay.
Yes,
all right.
you are. Okay.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I mean, yes, you did, but that's okay because I responded.
No, I just heard there was a list, so no. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. But just writing those names and kind of almost individually going through those memories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt so good, and it was almost like, people counting money or whatever. You count 100, 100, 100, and you're like, oh, that looks good. It felt like people were giving me millions of dollars just because I'm realizing I've impacted a lot of people. It kind of almost made me feel like I really do have to take care of myself. I really do have to protect what I'm doing because I may be able to impact more people if I can just keep myself together. So
there you go.
Yeah.
And I know that you sort of carry this mantra not just into your artistic life, but into your professional life as well. This is the Music Carolyn by day and the Music Carolyn artist by night mantra, right?
Yeah. Funny thing. Okay. So the reason why I'm even Music Carolyn is because of a woman named Carolyn Greenspan who used to work at Entertainment Tonight. Carolyn Greenspan is a producer. She's a television producer. She is not Music Carolyn, but because everybody used to confuse our email addresses, people would literally say Music Carolyn. I'm talking about Music Carolyn,
not Producer
Carolyn. And so that's how I became Music Carolyn, if you will. And, when I thought about how am I going to perform, when I went solo, I asked myself, well, what am I going to call myself? And I'm like, of course, Music Carolyn, because that's who I have been professionally and personally. So.
Absolutely. It's a natural. It's absolutely a natural.
It is.
I can definitely see that. Wow, man, it's so great to see that your fans are getting a chance to hear you. I assume that this is probably the first time that you've had a chance to play live in a while. Is this the first time that you've played these tunes live too?
Yes, this is the first time that I am
goodness.
singing these tunes outside of the studio.
Oh man, we're honored. We're so honored that this
Yeah.
is the location that you decided to do this. So this is a big deal for you.
This is a big deal. I posted a few days ago. The last time I performed was April 29th, 2019. It was right before I had thyroid surgery. It was under the understanding that I may not be able to sing again. I may not be able to do anything musical
Wow.
again. But God has been very graceful and merciful, and I'm still able to do what I love.
Wow, but those are pivotal moments,
Yeah.
pivotal life moments when all of a sudden the thing that is so dear to you, that's in your DNA, is all of a sudden maybe in question. And but it seems like you faced that with a great deal of courage and worked out, and so congratulations. That's really fantastic.
Thank you.
And people are saying, "Oh my goodness!" Everybody's well. First of all, recognizing the role of God and how proud everybody is for you, Carolyn.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, I'm just relaying
I
the
wish,
chat.
guys,
They're
I
loving
can't
you.
see the chat, so I don't
It's
know
my
what's
job.
going on.
I
Chris
know
is
that's
just
my
going to
job.
relay it to me.
That is my job. And I'll just take another second to thank everybody for their donations. If you find that donate panel just down below, or if you go to streamlabs.com/joysoundsmusic, any and all donations, 100% goes to Music Carolyn so that we can continue to support her. And we're happy to do that. So, great. Oh, somebody asked. So once again, streamlabs.com/joysoundsmusic, or if you can find that donate panel. I know that in some views it's a little difficult to see. So I so appreciate you looking at both of those options. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay, I want to know about this EP. Am I ready to pin a date on this so that we know when this is going to happen?
We don't yet have a date
Okay.
because I've been doing some great work in selling songs and working in sync licensing.
Great.
And so I've had some, things move around and shift. But it's funny how the songs that what I'll call were left are clearly exactly what the message that I'm trying to convey. And also, they all kind of go together too.
Yeah. That's
Message wise.
that's
Yeah.
clear. That's clear. Hey, I remember the last time that you and I talked.
Yes.
You had this dream of staging and producing an outdoor concert.
Yes, I did. And
Right?
I want to give you a praise report.
Tell
I know
me,
this
tell
ain't
me.
church, but
You put
this
it
is a
out.
praise
You put it
report.
out there. Okay.
I will be performing at Greystone Mansion outdoors June 7th.
There we go. We did it.
It's done.
You put it into the universe
I
on
did.
Joy Sounds on
I
the first
did.
episode of
I
Joy Sounds that
did.
you were in.
I did.
And here, so tell us about this. What is going on?
Like I said, my music has windows. I think that's exactly what I said. I said my music has windows, and I'm an outdoor person. And if I had my way, I'd perform outdoors and just have people sit around a tree or something. That's what I said. And now it's happening.
That's great. That's right. We had this great conversation about how important windows are in your life.
And you have a window, Chris?
Yeah, well, my last studio,
Yeah,
we
you
had
did,
these
you did.
great windows,
Yeah.
and I was wondering if today's windows was going to live up to the.
It didn't. Now that I think about it.
I
Thanks.
know. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Well, that is really great that you get to make that dream that you have. So
It's such a beautiful place.
yeah.
I mean, man, I'm gonna try to parlay that into the LA Arboretum.
Yeah.
If they're listening.
Okay. LA Arboretum. She put it out into the universe.
By the waterfall, by the way.
By the
If
waterfall.
we're gonna get specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Somebody's gonna have to deal with that sound issue, but
Yeah.
we're gonna work it out.
There's a way. We'll filter out that waterfall somehow.
Right.
We can do that. This is fantastic.
Yeah, half of my songs have water sounds in them anyway, so it'll be fine.
There you go. So yeah, sorry to the chat that no specifics on when the EP is being released, but
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen soon. In the fall. I'll say in the fall.
Can you at least tell us if the music has been recorded, or is it still on its way?
Much of it has been recorded.
Okay.
But there are a few more messages I want to complete.
Got it. Okay, so still work in progress. Still
Yes.
lots for us to
A
look
few
forward
more.
to. Okay, all right.
But y'all got the hookup today. You got 3 new songs. Never heard before.
We're so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, one more time, why don't you give another round of acknowledgement for this amazing band
Yes.
that you have. So let's give them a shout out.
Keith Williams Jr. on drums.
Yes, Keith.
Candace Williams on keys.
All right, Candace.
Sherrod Olua, producer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you want to give a shout out to your audience and let them know what you're thinking right now?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for cheering me on. Thank you for allowing me to be who I have become, because I have changed and morphed into someone who maybe wasn't as giving, wasn't as available, but it has made me a better person. and it has allowed me to create and do the things that I love to do. And so I thank you for giving me grace for those who this applies to. For those who are just fans and just coming along, thank you for taking the time. It's not easy to go and look up people who you don't personally know or see on TV or not otherwise celebrities. So thank you for listening. Thank you for opening your ears to my sounds.
Because new music is important.
Yes, it is.
It's very important, and it's so easy to listen to the things that we're familiar to, but it's so important for us to open our ears to new music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're not going to let you guys go without hearing another song. And the new one, again, brand new for everybody that you have dialed up for us, is My Favorite Place.
Yes.
Once again, we hear a theme, but, tell me a little bit more about this song. What should we listen for in My Favorite Place?
This new sound that has been coming together, I've called it R&B chill. I've called it
R&B
vacation
chill.
soul. I've called it there's because we have these Latin beats, these kind of Caribbean beats going on, but then it's just very much chill and nothing too harsh.
Yeah.
And so my favorite place is literally how you want to feel on vacation, even if that's just in the bed with a loved one, chilling, doing nothing. That can be your favorite place. You don't necessarily have to travel somewhere to get that feeling.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm trying to create in my music, and that is the subject of this song.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And again, I'm seeing that you've got a literal meaning to these songs. You got a metaphorical meaning for these songs.
Yes.
All of these songs can exist on any number of levels depending on how your listener wants to approach it, right?
Yeah, I wish I could call myself a philosopher, but generally that's not like high on the algorithm.
I will call you that. We'll
Okay.
take that, And by the way, Joy Sounds doesn't operate on algorithms.
Okay, good.
We don't do that.
Good. We operate on joy,
There we go.
and it's here.
That's what we do. I want to give a shout out for the latest donation. You guys are making a difference. Thank you. Thank you so much. As I mentioned, a $10 donation equals 2,500 streams. This is the most direct way to help an independent artist, and in this case, the wonderful music Carolyn. And again, it's on that donate panel or at streamlabs.com/joysoundsmusic. Thank you so much. Carolyn, you got so much love in the audience, on the chat, in this room.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Chris, for having me. I wouldn't have done it with anyone else. Joy Sounds obviously is right in my lane.
All right. Well, you are welcome back anytime. And so my best to everybody in Houston, in Dallas, in LA, all over the country who's tuned in tonight. And to wrap up today's episode of Joy Sounds, this is Music Carolyn and My Favorite Place.
Yes. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. place. I don't wanna leave my favorite. Oh, you're my favorite place. My favorite place to stay is next to you. I want your love. I want your loving 24/7. I want your love. I want your loving 24/7. Keep it warm, keep it soft, baby. Keep it warm, keep it soft. You're my favorite place, my favorite place, my favorite place is you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Music Carolyn. Thank her and the band so much for bringing such a wonderful spirit to Joy Sounds tonight. Thank all of you for tuning in, for your donations, for your support, for following us. So first, make sure if you're not already, follow Music Carolyn on all social media at Music Carolyn. Also, follow Joy Sounds at Joy Sounds Music on all social media or right here on Twitch. I have got tremendous artists lined up through the rest of the month of May. You're not going to want to miss any of these shows. Once again, my thanks to Music Connection for their co-sponsorship. Oh, by the way, Music Carolyn, they're calling for a live album now. So just in case you need some extra work to do, a live album is in the works. Thank you for the latest donation. You guys are making our day. And how about this? A shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. So this is Joy Sounds saying this was a great evening. Thanks again to Music Carolyn. Everybody, take care of yourself and be well. Bye-bye.